passion do you still have today in the business compared to when you first started the company?
Yeah, it's interesting. Today, the passion is really going for international. I'm getting goosebumps now. Last week, we went to USC to the NIL thing, went there to speak some kids. And most of these kids didn't know what it was, 18 years old. And I was like so blown away by it because I guess I wouldn't call it arrogance. It's just like, I'm so used to people knowing what we are. Like we're in The Simpsons, we're on this, we're on that, like we're everywhere really. And that age group didn't know. I was like, kind of made sense because the people that are on our platform are older. And I went, oh my God, like the whole, Italy, Germany, Spain, we don't have their top stand-up comedians. We don't have their Twitch gamers. We don't have their, and I'm just like, you know what? Let's open up the world. Because you know what I know? If America sneezes, the world gets a cold. We have the American talent. And I don't think a lot of people internationally really know about us. Well, they know the concept, definitely, I feel. They don't know. So that's really got me excited. So I woke up and I've been working with one of our sales guys, Jack. And once I get excited, I think I sent him 1,000 people to hit up today. Like, these are the people, this is what we need. Because we know what sells here. And so finding that version of what sells here in America, it overseas. And the amazing part is, now with AI, it's so quick to find.
Yeah. Mark, how do you manage competition? Like, you're probably first to market that was doing this at mass scale. There's an Uber, now there's a Lyft. In your world, I'm sure that other people were trying to mock you guys in the same capacity. How have you guys managed those expectations?
It's a hard business to copy. And it really is. And there was a joke. I think there was more copycats of Cameo in India than there was celebrities. And I just, like, no one's been able to copy us. They all go to zero, basically. It is a real grind. And then the other thing is, a talent that's on Cameo, they don't really want to go to 10 other platforms. They don't. So like, yeah, you might have a driver that works for Uber and Lyft. They're happy with the Cameo app. That's it. They don't need two. And if they do, the other ones they're not making much money from. And the Cameo branding is fantastic. I think that's the best thing we did.
All right, what do you think the creator economy is going to do in the next 5 years? Yeah, it's obviously expanding massively. They talk about a personal brand is probably the only thing that someone can't take away from you.
I think the creators are just going to become it's going to be it's going to be a small number of creators that are just going to become monsters in terms of they're going to sell everything. Because they have the social media presence and devoted fans who are going to buy whatever they sell. You're going to see, which you do see it now, but you're going to see talent just be creating their own brands and building businesses through their celebrity. And I think that's just really where it's going to go because, look, they can do merch drops, they can do this, they can make a little bit of money, but hey, you could start an alcohol company or a coffee company or a kids pajama company or whatever and make billions. Whereas, I think that's where you're going to see more talent, makeup and all these other things. You're just going to see these creators being smart, how they target their audience. But by the way, for most people, they won't ever have that because they need to have a strong social media presence, and not many people have that.
Yeah, and to resonate with that, if I were to define success in 2 words today, my premise would be to productize yourself. If you know how to productize yourself as an entrepreneur, you'll be able to have infinite demand of whatever you want to go do. Who do you feel does this the best today in the creator economy?
Oh, geez. I'm trying to think. I mean, you've got to love, when I think about it, you got to like a Jake Paul. You see him at the Tyson fight on Netflix, and he's got his deodorant spray, spraying it. I mean, here's a guy creating deodorant. Logan, they've got their Prime Energy drink. They've evolved into wrestling, into boxing and other things. And I think Jake has that gambling site called Better. I respect that because they're looking at things that they're interested in and building a business around it and finding individuals that can help do the part that, and I like that because they've got so many lottery tickets of businesses that can make a ton of money for them. They can have generational wealth.
They definitely can. And I think that's where entrepreneurship is really going today for a lot of these creators is they understand the game of how to actually create product out of their brand and delivering at mass scale. You see Mr. Beast out there and
Mr. Beast, yeah. He's chocolate.
Forms. What outside of Cameo on the platforms today, if you were to go focus on one that has the highest upside, there's YouTube, there's LinkedIn, there's Twitter, there's so many different platforms, and a lot of guys who are just getting started today don't know where to start. If I'm starting today on my creator economy journey, what advice would you give me?
Download Cameo right now, promote it every single waking minute of the day. That's not for selfish benefit, not at all. You know what? It's funny. I see how my kids consume content. Like, I have twin girls, they're 11 years old, and it's YouTube. I mean, they are hooked on YouTube. But the one thing I've noticed, so they love watching content that way, and it's obviously short form because they got ADD. I mean, they just keep constantly swiping. I mean, you get nauseous watching them. Like, hey, can we sit and watch one thing for like at least 3 minutes? I would say YouTube. But the one thing that I understand from everything that I've seen is, from every YouTuber, every podcast I've ever spoken to, you have to love doing it. And if you don't love doing it, because the money's not going to come straight away, it's just not. You're not going to stick with it. And so then you're going to waste time doing something because you're thinking to make money day one. And there's a lot of people I've heard that, I started a podcast, I did 10 episodes, I didn't make any money, I'm not doing it anymore. It's like, well, that's not the game. Like, you've got to, it's a brick by brick. Okay, find ways to hit, like, I'm sure if you're speaking, like Sam, you'd be like, okay, how did you get to this many downloads? Like, we got better guests because the guests, and they're promoting it to their network. And there's always a quicker solution to your stuff. Now, that doesn't mean that guest wants to come on because they're going to think, oh, I'm helping you out more than me, or whatever that might be. But if you love what you're doing, I think you got a good chance of doing it. But I think YouTube
definitely has the highest ROI these days on all the platforms. I totally agree with that. And I think more people are trending towards that today. Of course, I think people should get on Cameo as well. And, the platform of the future could be Cameo. And I think it might be Cameo at this point. Martin, you've been a wealth of knowledge in this. I really appreciate this.